but just leading them to the Lord and letting Him have them and deal with them. You know, the Lord gave me a message years ago. He said, lead my people back to me. And He didn't tell me how. He didn't tell me, doctrines to preach or teach or anything. He just said, lead my people back to me. And it wasn't too much longer after that. I just realized that teaching people to pray for the truth in all things every day was the strongest thing to break through all the illusions and delusions people had, because it broke through mine. And I always told the Lord, if whatever you teach me, I'll teach your people. I'll just turn around and teach it to them. And so that's how my ministry's developed over the years. I know I get asked by people all the time, who are you? And I have an article on my website on who I am, and the introduction of my first book I have printed out there for you to read. But that's it in a nutshell. You know, I'm just someone who was born with a love for the Lord, went the wrong way for a while, got back on the right track, have been searching for truth for years now. And I know what works and I know what doesn't. And you learn that by trial and error and experience and just learning to walk with Him. And so somebody out there needed to hear that. I don't know why. I don't question, I just talk. One of the things that I've been in this whole last week is codes, Bible codes on the famine that's coming, the world famine, the famine in America, and trying to pinpoint timelines. And it's always interesting when you see next, imminent happening, or things that are happening now. Because the next are always dominant, that I've been seeing is that there's something going on with the Euphrates River, and I keep seeing this over and over and over again. And I'm thinking, well, the locusts are going to come. But you know what? I don't see locusts associated with it right now. What I do see is fire and ash. And ash could be timbers or embers in the Euphrates River. So I'm starting to wonder, is the Euphrates River going to start boiling? Is it going to start heating up? Because there's something definitely going on with the Euphrates. And we're going to be hearing about it soon enough, because it's always next. It's always next with the Euphrates River, every code I look at. And so keep your eyes out for that one, with the Euphrates River getting heated up. Also with Boulder. I'm not sure what this Boulder is, because a lot of times I think it's the Oregon that they're making reference to, and then other times I'm not real sure what this Boulder is, because it says Boulder, it doesn't say comet, it doesn't say meteor, it just says Boulder, and Boulder. And I see that hitting next. I don't know if it's going to hit the earth or it's already on the earth, because the one thing I do know without a doubt is that the Oregon Warriors are kicking butt. We are royally kicking butt. And I see it in the codes all the time. One of the terms I always see in relation to that is shocking. It's shocking. They're shocked. They're flabbergasted. And so all I know is we got to keep going. We got to keep going until the Lord calls us home, and the Lord puts a stop to it, because we are shocking and knocking the socks off of them. And so you got to love it. You got to love it. You know, I've been teaching you guys how to just pray simple 101, 5-second prayers to start destroying Satan's kingdom. Asking that the chemtrail planes be knocked down, that they crash to the ground, or that the chips operating all their equipment fry and melt, and the circuit boards melt beyond repair, and just simple stuff like that. And this whole week, sure enough, the whole American Airlines fleet is down. And so you gotta wonder. And there were warriors praying that all of the planes associated with chemtrails, not just the ones they see flying in the area above them, all of the planes would be grounded that are spewing harmful chemicals over our country. And within the week, the whole American Airlines fleet's down. And so you gotta wonder their involvement And you know they're involved with things up to the kazoo. They were involved with the whole 9/11 plot, 9/11, 9/11. And so you gotta wonder what their involvement is. I just sit and laugh. I see y'all warriors standing up. I couldn't be any more prouder. Just the stuff you guys will do just fine when I'm gone, you know? I don't have to worry so much. Things aren't going to get taken care of. Things aren't going to be getting done because you're being led by the Lord. You've learned how to be led by Him. And some of you it's taken a while. Some of you have always recognized His urging and how He leads your spirit. Some of you, when you can't recognize that urging and nagging, you just ask Him to lead your thoughts, you know, and He'll do that. He'll lead your thoughts. And so many of you getting strengthened in your relationships with the Lord. You know, and so this work will carry on, no matter if they want to come after the big mouths or not. You know, they may come after the big mouths. You know, it might just not be my websites taken down. It may be the whole internet taken down soon. Because that's coming. They're going to crush our message, my message, or they're going to crush the whole internet to begin with and end with. They're just going to get rid of the computer. So that's something to watch out for, folks. You know, this whole chemtrail operation that they've had, and we kind of stumbled on several years ago, the whole thing that these orgone blasters we were making were eliminating chemtrails. You saturate your area with chemtrail blasters, and chemtrails can't stick in the air. And so we kind of stumbled on that one. But these chemtrails are nothing but orgone-generated machines. I mean, chemtrails, on a worldwide scale, are designed to make people sick and give them diseases and cancers. It's a depopulation program of Satan's. And it's just one of very many. You know, I see it all the time in the Bible codes about this chemtrail clouding of our atmosphere, and how the warriors are starting to shut it down. We're closing it down. And so I thought that was awesome. It was the first time I ever seen it, where it was closing down, shutting down. And so all I know is we got to keep going. We got to keep going. There's areas of this country they can't penetrate with chemtrails. They move on to others. And so we just have to keep, you know, as they move, we need to move. We need to follow them where the heaviest hit areas are for chemtrails and get blasters out in those areas. We need to protect the population centers. It's the one thing they're trying to destroy. You know, they have a plan to destroy 550 million people off the face of this earth. And, you know, they look at you in their little corporate suits and they smile. Well, they're planning your deaths. You know, I get sick. I get sick with all the newsletters every day. Because when you fully understand who's controlling the world, who's controlling Bush, who's controlling America, who's controlling the Queen, who's controlling the Pope, who's controlling the Russians, it's all being controlled by a council that sits above the earth and even referred to by Led Zeppelin in their song Kashmir. It's an alien council, Satan's people. And they rule and control the earth, and they do that through the bloodlines of their own children, offspring on the earth, of which Bush and the Queen and all of them are related to. They're all bloodline, hybrid offspring children. They're not even human, folks. They're not even 100% human. Bush is elated that a famine is coming. He's elated. He's happy. And it's not coming, it's already here. You know, I was seeing in the codes where they're muzzling the news about famine and unrest and hunger. They're keeping it quiet. Someone sent a link out earlier today about all the nations where there was food unrest. And it didn't include half of the ones I've heard from already. I got an email last week from a woman who lives in Venezuela. And said that food was disappearing off the shelves in Venezuela. That there was a lot of unrest there. This is South America. And people wanting to leave, and stating that some of her family had made it to Florida. And you're thinking, why go from one Satan's pit to another? Why would you go to Florida?